Zara's crystalline fingers trembled as she accessed the ancient archives of the Cathani Collective. The holographic display flickered to life, casting pale blue light across her translucent features. As the newest member of the Galactic Council's Xenobiology Department, she had been tasked with updating the classification files on various species, a routine assignment that should have taken mere cycles to complete. But nothing about the human file was routine. The Cathani had evolved on Serenity Prime, a world of gentle breezes and perpetual twilight, where the most dangerous predator was a rabbit-sized creature that subsisted entirely on crystalline formations. For millennia, they had believed themselves to be the galaxy's premier example of advanced evolution, peaceful, logical, and utterly civilized. Then they discovered the Deathworlders. Zara's people had a term for planets like Earth, Kethmaran, literally translated as screaming death spheres, worlds where gravity crushed bones, where poisonous gases filled the atmosphere, where apex predators roamed freely, and natural disasters occurred with terrifying regularity. The very concept of intelligent life evolving on such nightmarish planets had given the Cathani Collective nightmares for generations. Impossible, her predecessor Elder Thane had declared when the first reports arrived. No sentient species could develop higher cognitive functions while constantly fleeing from death. The early intelligence reports seemed to confirm their worst fears. Humans lived on a world where water fell from the sky with enough force to shatter Cathani bone structures. Their planet's surface was covered in vast bodies of liquid death, teeming with creatures that could devour a full-grown Cathani in seconds. Massive tectonic plates shifted beneath their feet, creating mountains and destroying cities without warning. Worse still, the humans had apparently thrived in this environment. Zara scrolled through the military assessments, her inner light dimming with each revelation. Humans possessed redundant organ systems, a biological impossibility according to Cathani science. Their muscle density was nearly 3 times that of any known sapient species. Most disturbing of all, they seemed to actively seek out danger for recreational purposes. The first contact protocols had been clear: maintain maximum distance, establish defensive positions, and under no circumstances allow Deathworlders near Cathani space. The war began 3 cycles later. Not with humans. The Collective had been wise enough to avoid direct confrontation with Earth's inhabitants. Instead, the Vrex Dominion, a species of silicon-based warriors from the Outer Rim, had decided to expand their territory into collective space. The Vrex were formidable opponents, their exoskeletons naturally resistant to energy weapons, their hive-mind coordination making them nearly impossible to outmaneuver. Within 6 months, 17 Cathani colonies had fallen. Elder Thane's emergency transmission still echoed in Zara's memory. "We face extinction. Our weapons are ineffective, our tactics inadequate. The Vrex adapt to every strategy we employ. We need the Deathworlders." The human response had arrived within days, not a formal diplomatic communication, but a simple audio message from someone identified only as Captain Rodriguez. "We'll be right there." Zara accessed the combat footage from the Battle of Kepler Station, the first engagement where human forces fought alongside Cathani defenders. What she witnessed defied every principle of civilized warfare her species understood. The humans didn't employ advanced technology or sophisticated battle algorithms. Instead, they utilized something the Cathani had never encountered: controlled chaos. Where Cathani forces maintained perfect formations and calculated firing solutions, human Marines improvised, adapted, and attacked from angles that military computers deemed mathematically impossible. Captain Rodriguez himself had led the decisive assault, somehow infiltrating a Vrex command ship by launching himself through space in nothing more than a reinforced atmospheric suit. The footage showed him moving through corridors filled with toxic gas and debris, engaging multiple Vrex warriors in close combat, a fighting style so brutal and direct that even hardened Cathani soldiers had to look away. But it was what happened after the battle that truly changed everything. Zara pulled up the medical reports from the aftermath. 17 Cathani had been severely wounded, their crystalline bodies shattered by Vrex energy weapons. According to collective medical doctrine, such injuries were invariably fatal. Their physiology simply couldn't withstand that level of trauma. The human medics had refused to accept this diagnosis. For 3 days and nights, human doctors worked alongside Cathani physicians, sharing techniques, adapting equipment, and literally inventing new surgical procedures. They stabilized patients that should have died, repaired damage that Cathani medicine deemed irreversible, and saved every single wounded soldier. Why? Elder Thane had asked Captain Rodriguez during the post-battle briefing. We had written them off as casualties. Your own protocols would have demanded the same decision. Rodriguez's response had become legendary among the collective. That's the difference between you and us, friend. You calculate acceptable losses. We calculate acceptable risks to save lives. The war ended 2 months later, with human Cathani joint forces pushing the Vrex back beyond the galactic rim. But the real transformation occurred in the aftermath, as the two species began sharing knowledge, culture, and perspectives. Zara accessed the latest reports from New Geneva, the first joint colony established by both species. Cathani scientists were learning about something humans called stress responses, biological systems that actually made them stronger under pressure. Human researchers were studying Cathani meditation techniques, finding ways to achieve perfect calm even in chaotic situations. The Deathworlders they had feared were teaching them that survival wasn't about avoiding danger. It was about facing it with courage, adaptability, and above all, by never leaving anyone behind. As Zara updated the final classification entry, she replaced the old designation, Extreme Threat Maintain Distance, with a new status that would have been unthinkable just cycles ago. Essential Allies, Highest Trust Rating. The Cathani had spent millennia believing that their peaceful evolution made them superior to the violent chaos of Deathworlds. They had been wrong. Sometimes the greatest strength came not from avoiding the storm, but from learning to dance in the rain with those who called it home.